Right.
There we go. So what are you thinking? 600 this time?
I mean, do you want it to be 600?
Maybe? I guess it depends.
I'm fine either which way.
'Cause I got fucking nothing, and also, like, Zelda, though.
The thirst is here.
You know?
Thirst is real. I
When you
understand.
set a goal for
Like,
yourself at the end of a stream, then it makes it exciting to get back to it.
you just want to get back and get on it, yeah. No, I get it. I understand.
Why is this?
It's what the game does to you. It's that you're like, fuck.
Does this camera genuinely not go up and down with the stick? I still don't believe that.
No, it doesn't. I don't. I don't know why you think that. I do have a topic, and it is a doozy.
What does that mean?
It's potentially quite beefy as topics go, because we could talk about this the whole time, probably.
Gavin calls something a doozy. What does that mean? Fuck.
Well, so did you hear what the president of Sony Interactive Entertainment said over the weekend?
That's not his actual title, is it?
He's the president and CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment.
Is that what they call it?
That's what they call the PlayStation
Sony
branch.
Interactive Entertainment?
Yep. Used to be Sony Computer Entertainment, and then they changed it halfway through this generation for some reason.
Well, because they don't make PC games, they make console games.
Anyway, it was on their Japanese Investors Relations Day.
What?
Because the Japanese Investors Relations Day in Tokyo, they had a big day where like they invited like their investors and shareholders to like basically a party, an event where like they discussed their future plans, like their finances, shit like that.
So is that like National Siblings Day?
Sure, why not?
I mean, I just want to know if it's like an official holiday recognized by the
It's not an
Japanese
official
government.
holiday. No, they don't have an official holiday for talking to your investors.
Well, you know, like in the games industry, it's like a holiday.
No, it's not a
You
holiday.
know, holiday doesn't always have to mean you get a day off from work and have a good time with family or something.
But yeah, and he said something that's actually extremely interesting. He said the PlayStation 4 is entering the final phase of its life cycle.
All right, this thing. I saw one tweet about this, one singular tweet.
Which is an intriguing thing to say.
He didn't say PS5.
No, but he basically meant it.
I mean, maybe it's because I just got the PlayStation 4 and like none of the games really interest me on it, so it seems like it doesn't have a lot of games. But it doesn't seem that old to me.
Well, the thing is, it has plenty of games. It depends what your interests are and all. But you're right in that it doesn't seem that old, and like there is a reason for that we can discuss, because it's actually related to like the wider, I guess, history of the industry around the point, like the start of this generation. So like the PlayStation 3, like Xbox 360 generation, that went over time. Like generations before it usually last like 5, maybe 6 years at most. You know, like the Wii was like what, like 5 years at most. Like fucking like, you know, Super Nintendo was like 5 years. GameCube was like, I think GameCube was like 4 years even, if that. But basically like, each generation is not very long in terms of like year count. It's just that before now, there used to be tons of developers, tons of games coming out, so like everything happened a lot closer, like a lot more nuts. This generation got off to an excessively slow start because the last generation ran over time. And, you know, hardware sales of the PS3 and 360 dwindled over time because fucking everyone had one. Like when the PS3 ended, it was like over 100 million sales or some shit like that. Like, you know, they ran, like everyone who wanted one had one. So no one was buying hardware anymore, and general interest in like the games I should specify that games that big third-party Western developers were making was dropping, and also they were constantly pushing for new technology to make flashier games just to draw people in. So they began believing that consoles were dead, and all video games are going to be taken over by mobile. Mobile is the future, and consoles are dead, and you know all the big ones will go out of business like immediately.
Wrong place. All about the
Wrong place.
PC.
No, this is what people believe. Like they believed that the mobiles, because this was like the absolute peak of like mobile hysteria. They believe like, oh, this like mobile is the future. Traditional games consoles are dead. People don't want them anymore. Games aren't inclusive enough, etc., etc. Turns out no. The answer was people just wanted a new box. Really, that was it. They just wanted new boxes. So this was proven when they released the PS4, and what do you know? It sold like fucking shit tons because people just wanted new boxes.
I don't think that's it.
That is it. Because like once it took major developers a while to catch up, because completely different architectures from what the previous generation had. Even the Xbox One was a completely different like development architecture from the 360. So tools had to catch up, things had to change, had to get used to new hardware, and for the first 2 years, like a lot of publishers, both like across Japanese and Western ones, weren't really like they were very reluctant to commit, or they were having problems. Like Square Enix was still in the endless development hell they made for themselves of all their games, and basically no games were coming out. So it had a very slow start, and a lot of stuff was remasters or indie games or just occasional small things. And like the most you got was like Watch Dogs being heralded as a great new IP because it was the only one coming out. So, in essence, this generation didn't really start until like 2 years in. When the big stuff like Witcher 3 began hitting, and then, now we're finally here. Metal Gear Solid 5 hit and shit like that.
I thought that game sucked.
It did. But, it was still a major game that like did tons of sales and drew people in like nuts. Yeah, so basically, like, that's why this generation seems short to a lot of people, is that it didn't really kick off and get like big major defining games until like 2 years into its now roughly 6 or 7 year lifespan.
I don't know. I think it's just because I didn't give a shit.
No, I mean that's why you didn't give a shit. I'm talking generally, because a lot of people
okay.
express this feeling. Yeah, like I felt I'm kind of like, well, that seems kind of quick actually, and then I look back and it's like, oh, it's actually been 5 years since the PS4 came out.
Well, that's how time is. It just doesn't work like that.
But like, I didn't have that feeling with the PS3. By the time the PS3 was on, I was like, oh yeah, this thing has been like out for ages and has like this gigantic library, and oh man.
I feel like it's because like they made the PS3 and it was this chunky piece of shit, and then they made like the PS3 Slim, and you're like, oh yeah, this is new, but the fat PS4 wasn't actually that fat. So, I don't know, it just still seemed new.
I don't know, I don't think that's it for like most people. I think it is just that like things were very slow this generation to start. And it would seem like because of that panic, because Western developers and not developers, like publishers, big publishers just in general are just fucking idiots who, if they aren't making all the money in the world, will declare something dead and immediately pull out and say this is worthless and no one wants it on anything. So like the impression seems to be that Sony is aware of this and want to beat that hysteria to the punch and like already go like, alright, new one's coming now. The other main thing about that like final phase of the lifespan thing is that they showed like the big chart of like expected or like projected earnings or whatever for like the next few years going up to the end of their current management plan, which is basically all they've planned to do until like March 2021. And their predictions for the fiscal year, like going like from 2020 through to March 2021, is considerably lower than the years before it, which suggests Sony are probably going to be subsidizing hardware costs with their money.
Heck yeah, they're moving into the mobile game market just like Nintendo's gonna do.
No, what I think is they're going to be like making a big beefy piece of shit machine that will do like 4K resolution shit so that they can sell their TVs to people. That's the impression I get anyway. they want to make this a substantial jump to justify it to people. So it seems like they're already planning to like pay up out of their profits.
I mean,
And it probably won't be as bad as the PS3 because they have PS Plus subs and shit just to pay for everything with now.
they should make it 4K only. They want to sell their TVs and audio tapes.
So yeah, like basically, it seemed like my personal prediction is like late 2020, early 2021 is when the next PlayStation rolls off the line. Because it kind of lines up, because this E3, they said like they're only gonna, for their first party lineups, they're only gonna focus on 4 games. Last of Us Part 2,
That sucks.
Days Gone, what was the other one? Ghost of Tsushima, and I forget the 4th one. Which is weird, because I remember Days Gone, but I forget what the other 4th piece of shit is.
People say the 3DS is dying. Oh, fuck.
The 3DS is dead.
I mean, Nintendo's probably going to drop more than 4 games for the 3DS at E3.
I mean, that's the thing. 4 first-party games. That's the key thing you're missing there.
I just think
They're
that
gonna,
that's...
like, the show is going to be lined to all the third-party shit. Like,
Oh, okay, I see. I thought they were just going to show 4 games and then end it.
No, they're only showing their focus is only going to be on 4 first-party games, and there'll be like just in between all those, just the usual third-party lot. Fuck me then. All right, range blasters don't heal anyone, sure. But yeah, like basically it seems like they either winding down their PlayStation 4 shit or they're preparing for the next one already. Which is interesting. So it kind of implies like, you know, Nintendo, like they're already here, like they're fine, like we know what they're gonna do and what their plan is for the future. It'll be interesting to see what Microsoft do.
No, it isn't.
No, it will be interesting. Because really, how are they gonna justify not just giving up? Like at this point, like why not just give it in, like pack it in? It's like, to be honest, like I almost expect Microsoft to say fuck it and just make it like a streaming only console because, you know, bright ideas are exactly all they're for.
I was gonna say, if that's the future of video games, then, wow.
It's not the future of video games, it's the future of Microsoft. And probably, you know, the end of the Xbox division in the process.
And I feel like there are too many gamers out there.
What does that mean?
You know, gamers.
I don't know, that's why I asked for clarification.
How do I describe what a gamer is if you don't know right now? Like the people who
What
play...
do you mean by it?
God damn it! Alright, remind me, I'm killing these flying fuckers.
I'm dead.
Done with this shit. Oh, it's over. Oh, it's not over. Alright, hold on. Before I do that. Oh, fuck! It's not fair. Why is it always the Moz comes whenever I use the Stingray?
This is actually hell. How they keep jumping with the Splooshumanity and hit steelheads. So naturally steelheads are the thing that spawn the most.
You know, like those people that play FIFA and Call of Duty. Like those subset of people who play video games.
I mean, they're on PlayStation now, so...
Are they?
Yeah. Like, Call of Duty and FIFA sales on PlayStation routinely double or more the Xbox equivalents. Like, it's just because that's where they are now. They all went to the PlayStation because, you know, Microsoft fucked it.
Yeah, there's actually one good thing that comes out of a new PlayStation console.
What's
Maybe
that?
they'll actually get the fucking buttons and controller right. That would be so good.
They already have
I
it,
would
right?
be so happy if they just put the left stick up and then made it so that the buttons aligned and circle meant confirm and X meant cancel. I would be so happy. You don't understand.
I mean, you take further the circle next thing, you only have America to blame for that one. So, you know,
But
read your
it's
sins.
still a thing. So this changes nothing. I can't name what
This
this
is the
thing.
way you people wanted it, so...
I don't know about that. Is there, like, sources of Americans being like that? Is that how? I thought that's how it always
That's
was.
how it was. That was how it was decided.
That's
Like,
how it was
Americans
decided, not
wanted.
what we wanted.
Well, clearly some people wanted it. That's how
Yeah,
American
Sony
politics
did,
work,
because
right?
they're idiots. Fuck you. What's the president of Sony?
I mean, you're asking like a fairly complex
What are you talking about? I need someone to
Because every
blame.
single division has its own
Give me
president.
someone to blame.
Just say Kazurai.
Fuck you, Kazurai. Fucker. That sounds like very Japanese, though. Are you sure? I should be blaming that person.
His name is Kazuhira Harai. He's the president, so
You're just giving like a shorthand nickname.
everyone
version?
calls him Kazurai because it's just what they say.
What am I? His
You gotta know
girlfriend?
at the time. I mean, you might as well be, right?
No? What? I don't even get that one. It's out there now. God, I wish Maul was just locked on to one person.
Oh, for fuck's sake. I wish being hit by like an enemy didn't send me flying 6 feet to either side.
Got him. What the? I have an egg. Fuck!
The other interesting thing was he was talking about like, we're investing more in our first party shit, which is fucking funny because Sony spent a good part of this generation just shutting down first party studios and downsizing them, which is, you know, just good job, great. But I'm saying like, oh, we're going to invest in these, and what they said basically was we're not. They try to downplay the fact that they don't really intend to make new IP. They're just saying we're going to focus on building up our current ones into franchises, which basically means like Horizon Zero Dawn 2 and like more God of Wars and Last of Us's.
Us's. Fuck.
Us's. You will never see The Last of Us, for there's just a never-ending amount of us.
I don't even know how you like Sony. You seem to hate everything they put out.
Part of it, I mean, like,
Oh, fuck.
they were doing fine for like a while in this gen, and then just, you know, everything they've started doing is just kind of like, you've just completely lost your ways. Like, I remember the PS3 days when you made fucking video games that were great and fun, and now it's just all complete and utter wank. I remember when God of War was good.
Was God of
I mean,
War
I
ever
still-
good?
Yes?
I'm gonna write an article about this.
Right, like someone has doubtlessly written that article. It's just that they've also not actually played any God of War games when they wrote it.
I hate this roller. This weapon set sucks.
Oh, cats are fighting outside.
What do you mean?
Cats are fighting outside.
Are stray cats actually like real?
I mean, they're not strays; they're neighborhood cats, and people let them out and then fight each other in my backyard. Luigi's up at the windows, like leering out the window.
Aha.
Why is that so unusual?
I mean, I've never heard of it before. So,
You've really never heard of cats fighting?
not really. I mean, people let cats outside.
Yeah.
Well, they would just run away.
No. I mean, like, you know, a domesticated cat knows where its home is. It goes, like, this is where food is. I come back here to sleep.
It's not a good salmon run today.
Like, I really like the PlayStation 4 as a console. It does good shit. It strikes, like, a nice balance of, like, what it does. Like, honestly, I personally feel this is an acceptable level of, like, graphical power to be at. Developers just have to use it smartly, which, you know, it's like asking for I don't know, like fucking gold fall out of the sky and land personally in my backyard. But you know, like, can be done. Like, this is, I feel like we're at an acceptable level of power, and pushing it any further is just asking for more stupidity from developers, but, oh well.
Yeah, I mean, I was gonna say, I don't really know what they're gonna do, unless video gaming is a lot farther along than I thought.
I mean, it's just like, you know, more resolution, more power for, like, well, ostensibly for performance, but it'll just be more resolution, everyone keeps running in 30 FPS anyway.
Like, isn't 60 FPS the max?
It's not the max, nowhere near the max, but, you know, like, yeah, like on PC, like, you go up to, like, fucking, like, what is it, like, 280 is, like, the highest, like, a monitor can support right now?
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, everyone's dead. It's just that, you know, most games either don't support or, like, kind of lose out from going so high because they're designed around lower frame rates. Sometimes hilariously so in the case of, like, the Dark Souls games.
Well, I don't know what a new PS4 could do for me, so... Other than
I don't really know what I can do. It's like...
quality of life.
Yeah.
So many things I hate about this console. Make the internet better. That's at the top. No, the controller is still at the top of the list. But then make the internet better is a really close second. It's so bad.
I mean, we'll have to disagree on the controller thing. Cause like...
Make it so that I don't have to completely format a hard drive specifically for your console. I want to use it for my computer too. I don't know the technical limitations of that though, but
I mean, there's no technically no like limitations because you can't just make it plug and play. But like, I feel like that's a wee bit weird. Like, why wouldn't you just have a dedicated one for the console?
Because I want to transfer my music to Luke's computer, and that's the only thing that can fit all my music. And
Yeah.
I don't want to order another.
My kind of point was like, why wouldn't you have one for like computer tasks and one dedicated to your console?
I don't normally need things for computer tasks like that. This is dedicated to the console, but every so often I would like to use it for computer stuff.
That's not really dedicated to the console, then, is it?
It is. By definition, I bought it for the console.
Yeah, but you don't solely use it for the console. So
Well, yes, I do, because I can't use it for anything else. Also, USB ports on the back of the console, so that I can plug my thing into the back instead of having it awkwardly plug in the front and then reach around the back.
Yeah, that would be nice.
Fuck, dude.
Like, the only thing I could really want from like a new console really is like, I don't even know what. Like, okay, like I guess more power for like, developers to more consistently make better performing games or whatever, but they won't do that. Like, they're not going to. They're just gonna keep making 30 FPS, 4K resolution sandboxes that run like shit. But I don't know. We can but dream, I guess.
I mean, I'm fine with games. Really, they just have to localize them. That's the only problem I have with games at the moment.
Yeah, basically.
There's so many good games. I don't need more good games. Wow, man.
Yep. Going well, going well. Detroit comes out in like 2 days.
Oh yeah, I'm actually excited for that just because it gives me something interesting to watch later on.
I'm excited to watch NL play.
Exactly. Wow, 600 on the dot.
I'm not fucking buying that thing.
Give developers money.
I mean, yeah, I would, except I don't want to give David Cage money. Frankly, I don't think anyone should.
New hat.
Kind of new hat.
Been loading up the Splatnet store a lot. So much so that it doesn't even refresh. Because I actually want to play this game, but I don't want to play it until I have my gear. Oh, this, this is the hat I was talking about. I just bought it so I could own it. Wait, hold on. Oh my god. This is so good.
Why is there never like any good looking shirts or anything in my shop? Like, it's all just like completely plain ass clothing. It's kind of like, this is not what I play this game for.
Well, they're kids, after all.
I mean, this is not something I would ever wear as a kid either.
T-shirts?
I mean, like, half of these aren't like the t-shirts I would wear.
That's why you gotta get on jacket meta. It's been working out for me. By the way, that's Splatoon 2. Onward.